and the snow from heaven, and returneth not thither, but watereth the earth.
Now this is purpose. If you can see it, it's purpose. He said, for as the rain cometh down and snow from heaven, and returneth not thither, but watereth the earth. Right? So on a spiritual level, this is his word. Why? And these words will never fail. Like when a word comes down, that's what it does. It waters you. Right? It nurtures your dry ground, your dry land. It makes you live. It brings forth life. Right? It's the purpose of the thing. Read.
But watereth the earth, and maketh it bring forth and bud.
You see that? Make you bring forth fruit. Read.
That it may give seed to the sower and bread to the eater.
Right.
So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth.
Read.
It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I send it.
You see that? Everything that the Most High say, he just say it and it's gonna happen. That's just the way it is, man. He not getting off the throne for nobody, right? So you got a precept?
Job 33.
Go ahead.
Job 33 and 15. It says, in a dream, in a vision of the night, when a deep sleep falleth upon man, and slumberings upon the bed. Then he opened up the ears of man and sealed their instructions, that he may withdraw man from his purpose and hide pride from man.
Right. So even you can't get away. Even what I was reading, what was I reading? It said the man, I have to get it anyhow, but give me Genesis 1 and 1. Watch this. So the Most High gave the word, and Yahweh Shah did the creating. And let's see how he created it. Give me Genesis 1 and 1.
Genesis 1 and 1.
Read that.
In the beginning, God created heaven and the earth.
Right.
And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. And the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters.
Right. So in the beginning, Yahweh Shah was created. He was forming matter. Right. He made light. He created darkness. He started to form animals and all these things. Right? For what? For a purpose. Animals was not created to sit in a zoo all damn day. That's not why Yahweh Shah created it. Because in the beginning it was good. The Most High, he didn't create the damn forest for you to chop down the whole entire forest and make you a oak community. That's not why he created wood. For you to just burn it and make paper. That's not why wood was created. Wood, actually, everything has a purpose. Trees, they have a cycle as well. They breathe in carbon dioxide, and they let out oxygen. So when you wonder why the earth is so polluted, it's because they're killing all the trees. Everything has a purpose, right? Even the shrimp, lobster, and crab, which they I'm not even going to say they, I'm going to say which we rape from the ocean. You take those out of the ocean. What happens? The ocean becomes over polluted. The same thing that happens to the air happens to the water from over harvesting. From using these things in the way the Most High created them not to be used. These things were not created to be eaten. They're there in the ocean to clean waste. When they're absent from the ocean, the ocean builds waste, and you have a thing called red tide. And then they put on the news why all the whales coming up on the bank dead, why all the dolphins dying, why all the fish coming upon the shores. Is because the waters are polluted. You took the things out of the water that eats pollution. Right? Why? It's the air polluted because you're cutting down all the trees. So this earth is upside down, and man no longer understands his purpose. He no longer understands why things were made. Not only things, he does not understand why he was created. You see? So everything is upside down. But the Most High said these words will never fail. So you have to hold on tight, man. You got to hold on tight. And you got to start figuring these things out. The purpose of a thing. That's what wisdom is. That's what Solomon set out to do. He set out to find out the purpose of a thing. You got that, Judah? Hold on, let's look that up. Give me Proverbs 1 give me Proverbs 1 to understand wisdom.
Proverbs
Proverbs 1 and 1.
Proverbs 1. 1 and 1.
It's not 1 and 1, but it's in 1 to know the interpretation of the thing.
Is it 3?
Understand the Proverbs. That's
Mhm.
6.
That's 6. 1 and
Proverbs.
6.
Yeah.
Proverbs
Proverbs
1
1 and
6. To understand a proverb,
A proverb, right?
and the interpretation, the words of the wise, and the dark sayings.
Dark sayings. Was that on that?
Yeah.
Okay, let's just go to Genesis 1 and 27. So he created everything with a purpose.
I got that.
Let's find
I
out
got
what this
that.
purpose is.
Genesis.
Hold on, David. I'll tell you which ones to get. Give me that, Shanetta. Give me Genesis 1 and 27.
Genesis chapter 1, verse 27.
Read that.
So God created man in his own image.
Right?
In the image of God created he him, male and female.
No, he created them gender, what's that called?
Transgender.
No, he created them, we don't know if it's a boy or a girl. What's that word? Transsexual. Leave it open. Why? I was born, leave it
Blank.
open. Yeah, that's what they call it, yeah, blank.
Oh.
We don't know. No, he created you in the beginning, you lying. You're not a boy being born a girl or a girl being born you're lying. The Most High said he created you a male or he created you a female. Stop lying. That's a spirit. Now you can be born with spirits on you. Your parent can pass down a damn homosexual, a damn lesbian spirit upon you, right? Dealing with these nasty demons. So you can be born plagued in your mind with a demon. Hey, but your physical body is going to tell you what you are. The parts is not going to lie. Right? Now read that again.
Genesis 1 and 27. So God created man in his own image.
Right?
In the image of God created he him. Male and female created he them.
Right.
And God blessed them. And God said unto them, be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth.
Right.
And subdue it. And have dominion over the fish of the sea, over the fowls of the air, over every living thing that moveth upon the earth.
Right. So the Most High gave man purpose. That's the purpose of man right there. Right? That's the beginning of it, right? It's more to that, but he said be fruitful. Nowadays we looking at we got a generation of males that don't want to have children. We got a generation of females that don't want to have children. When you're disobeying one of the first commands. He said, be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth and subdue it and have dominion over the fish of the sea and over the fowl of the air and over every living thing that moveth upon the earth. Man was created to be a God. That's what you're going to find out. The purpose of man was to be a God, to rule over earth, man. Literally, the Most High gave the earth for man to rule, to have dominion. You're supposed to be a God here. Give me 29.
Verse 29. And God said, behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed, which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree in which is the fruit of the tree yielding seed. To you it shall be for me.
Right?
And every beast of the earth, and every fowl of the air, and everything that creepeth upon the earth wherein there is life.
Right?
I have given every green herb for meat.
Right?
And it was so.
It was so. Read.
And God saw everything that he had made.
Now God looked at everything that he created, y'all. Read.
And behold, it was very good.
Now how is everything very bad now? That's the question. If the Most High looked at the earth after he got done creating, after he got done giving purpose, after he got done giving man dominion. And it was very good. Now, how can we look around right now and it's very bad? What the hell happened? The earth, the damn sky is very bad. The water is very bad. The food is very bad. Right? Your family is very, very bad. You go to work, it's very bad. You out in traffic, it's very bad. You turn on the TV, it's very bad. You click on the internet, hey, it's very, very bad. You see? So what happened, man? Purpose has been flipped upside down. So now man is very bad. So give me Ecclesiastes 7:29.
Ecclesiastes 7:29.
Watch this.
Lo, this only have I found, that God hath made man upright.
What God made?
Man
That God
upright.
hath made man upright.
But what?
But they have sought out many inventions.
You see that? Man said he don't want to do what God wants. Man literally left the face of God so he could seek out Eve. That's what he did. Right? So give me let's go into one of these things that's good. Give me Leviticus 18:21.
Leviticus 18:21.
Give me that.
And thou shalt not let any of thy seed pass through the fire
Right?
to Molech, neither shalt thou profane the name of thy God.
Right?
I am the Lord.
Right. So the Most High, one of the first things he told us to be fruitful and multiply. That was one of the purpose of men and women. To bring forth a lot of children. To replenish the earth. Right? So now what we have today. It said, read that again in Ecclesiastes 7:29.
Ecclesiastes 7:29.
Read that.
Ecclesiastes 7:29. Lo, this only have I found, that God hath made man upright.
Right?
But they have sought out many inventions.
Right. Now watch this. I want to show you something. Give me Leviticus 20. Matter of fact, I'm gonna play this video. I'm gonna play this one video. Let me show you something about some of the things that we've learned to do. Watch this. Didn't he tell us to be fruitful and multiply?
14. Black women made up 13%.
So how then?
In more news, an article in the Wall Street Journal last week spotlighted a topic often ignored in the nation: the alarming abortion rate for African Americans in the United States. Wall Street Journal columnist Jason Riley wrote a piece last week titled, "Let's Talk About the Black Abortion Rate." Riley explored how in New York City, thousands more black babies are aborted than born alive each year.
See that?
And he highlighted how on the national level,
Now, how is it that the Most High created us good? And he said, be fruitful and multiply. And he looked and he said it was very good. Now, how is it that 1,000 years later, that the most dangerous place for a so-called black, Hispanic, or Native American, well, I'm going to say, I'm not even going to include the other tribes, but a so-called black baby, to say it's said that the most dangerous place for that baby is in his mother's stomach. How is it? How is it that it's over a 50% chance that the mother is going to kill her baby? Right? And you know how they abort babies? This how sick it is. They go inside the mother and they cut the baby arm off. They cut the baby to pieces one part of a time at a time within like a 3-month process. They'll go in there and chop off one leg and leave the baby in there. They go back and chop off another leg. Well, it's sick, man. In some cases, they take the baby at like 3 months. I think they pull out the baby by the head, and I guess if the baby is not they say in their mind, if the baby is not fully born, it's not a baby. It's still a quote unquote fetus. But then they'll, I guess, suck the brains out the baby head while it's still alive, man. Right? This is murder. That's murder. That's cold-blooded murder, man. And the most dangerous, the stats say the most dangerous place for a black person to be is in his mother's womb. Because of the curse in Deuteronomy 28, give me that, and 56.
So you was going to say 68.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 56.
Read.
the tender and delicate woman among you,
right? Because that's how the Most High created you good. You was tender and delicate, right?
which would not venture to set the sole of her foot upon the ground, her delicateness and tenderness, her eyes shall be evil towards the husband of her bosom,
Right?
and toward her son, and toward her daughter,
Read.
and toward her young one that cometh from between her feet,
Right? You see that?
and toward her
That's
children.
evil. That's evil as hell. For you to put what you wanted. I don't feel like being pregnant. I don't feel like I'm gonna kill this baby in 3 months. I'm just gonna go abort it. They call it abortion. It's murder. It's killing. It's murder. It's not abortion. They always trying to make terms and words nice. You know what I'm saying? They trying to sweep stuff out in the rug. It's cold-blooded murder. You murdered that child, right? Watch this. Go ahead, Snell.
Aborted than born alive each year. And he highlighted how on the national level, black women terminate pregnancies at far higher rates than other women. Look at these numbers. In 2014, black women made up 13% of the U.S. female population, but 36% of all abortions were performed on black women. I spoke on this exact topic, the alarming black abortion rate, with a pro-life leader earlier this year. Pastor Cleonard Howard Childress Jr. is senior pastor of New Calvary Baptist Church and assistant to the director at Learn.
Right? And I don't fully blame the so-called black woman because she's been blinded and she's been tricked. Right? Do you got a precept?
Yeah.
Go ahead, bring it out.
Psalms 81:11 and 12.
Read that.
It says, "But my people would not hearken to my voice,
Uh-huh.
and Israel would none of me. So I gave them up unto their own heart's lusts, and they walked in their own counsels."
You see that? So that's what happened. We got gave over to these things. We're being deceived, and I don't fully blame all women because we have to wake up and feel and realize that you've been deceived to think that that baby. Didn't it say every good and perfect gift is from above? Give me that precept. That baby, show me where a baby is not a good and perfect gift, and that baby did not come from the Most High, right?
I got a precept. Yep.
Hold on, hurry up, bring them out.
James 1 and 17 is the first one we said.
Bring it out real quick.
James 1 and 17.
Bring it out.
Can I bring up my prayer?
Go ahead.
Okay. Psalms 127:3.
Read.
No children are an heritage of the Lord, and the fruit of the womb is his reward.
You see that? Read that again.
Lo, children
Children
are an heritage of the Lord,
are inheritance from the Lord. So that's a gift from the Lord. Read.
and the fruit of the womb
And the fruit of the womb
is his reward.
is his reward. So children are a reward. Read.
James 1 and 17. Every good gift and every perfect gift is from above,
You see that? You
and,
see that? Read.
and cometh down from the Father of lights, with whom is no variableness, neither shadow of turning.
And that's children also. The only gift that we want, we'll put money over children. Our people esteem money, paper over life. If $50,000 dropped out of your hand over a bridge, a lot of people die for that. They go try to get it, right? But the point is that our people been deceived, because it says all these abortion clinics, they're where? They're in the hood. But for every abortion clinic that they're putting in the hood, they're putting a fertility clinic in the white people neighborhood. What our people don't realize is that they're trying to stop you from multiplying, because you're finna be you already the dominant figure. The Most High is cursing them. He's cursing the fruit of their womb. That's the blessing of Jacob. That the more they oppress you, the more you will grow, the more you will multiply. So that's why they put these abortion clinics in our neighborhoods. So every baby that you bring, every male child, they can chop it down before it ever have a chance to come forth and be strong, be mighty. Right? And then the young ones that come up, they want to make sure that they never become mighty. All this is an agenda. right? And our people, they just falling right in the trap. If that baby gets past this death trap, which is his mother womb, then the first thing he comes out to is a homosexual agenda, right? His mother is influenced. The black mother has become an influence of these homosexual traits. She's encouraging her son. You can watch it, right? And if he gets past that, then what? They got prison, drugs. Hey, they gonna make sure that if he make it past out of all this and get into this Bible, the only way he can make it out is the Most High chose that. The Most High chose that. You see? Because the traps are here. But let's finish. I got one more. Watch this. Let's see what this is. Because give me Leviticus 18 and 21 again.
Child sacrifice.
Leviticus 18 and 21. And thou shalt not let any of thy seed pass through the fire to Molech.
Right, it's child sacrifice. That's what abortion is. That's what abortion is. It's modern day child sacrifice. Read.
Neither shalt thou profane the name of thy God. I am the Lord.
You see that? Now watch this. Watch this.
Vice. Barbaric. Evil. Ancient. Modern. There's nothing new under the sun. Throughout history, children have been sacrificed to a variety of deities in attempts to gain favor or blessings. Aztecs cut their children's hearts out to appease the gods of rain and war. Incas sacrificed their children to the sun god so their crops would flourish. Canaanites sacrificed their infants to Moloch for prosperity. Drums were played loudly to drown out the baby's screams. Child sacrifice never stopped, and we still don't hear their screams. There's nothing new under the sun. We sacrifice our children today, not for rain or war victories, but for freedom or convenience. We sacrifice to gain favor in the workplace, or for the blessings of money or fame. We sacrifice our babies on the altar of free sex. Child sacrifice is no longer a public event. It's done behind closed doors. Rather than a gory burning or bloody stabbing, it's become a neat, sterile, and clinical event. We don't throw our children into the fire or leave them to freeze to death. We starve our babies. We poison them. We rip off their arms and legs and crush their skulls. We call it choice. We call it empowerment. And our culture condones it. We celebrate it. We celebrate baby murder. We consider it vital to our existence. It's become a right. But nothing is different. There's nothing new under the sun. Innocent.
Right, so give me Jeremiah 10 and 1. How did we get here? How did we get here? Jeremiah 10 and 1.
Jeremiah 10 and 1. Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel.
Right?
Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen.
The Most High said to Israel, to us, he said, we are separate and we are holy people. Do not learn the way of these heathens. All this child sacrifice and abortion, that's the way of the heathen. He showed you that, right? Read.
And be not dismayed at the signs of heaven. For the heathen are dismayed at them. For the customs of the people are vain.
You see that? The custom of these people are vain. Read.
For one cutteth a tree out of the forest.
Now it's going to go into Christmas. Right? Read.
The work of the hands of the workman with the axe.
Right. So you go when the snow fall around Christmas time, and they'll be selling Christmas trees that they cut out of a forest. And what you do?
Go to 4.
Read.
They deck it with silver and with gold.
Right. You put silver and gold on there. Right. This the way of the heathen. He breaking it down all the way from child sacrifice to even Christmas. From abortion to Christmas to Thanksgiving to birthdays to everything in between, man. Read.
They deck it with silver and with gold.
Right?
They fasten it with nails and with hammers.
Right, you deck the halls with falls of jolly. Fa la 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 la, la 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 la, right? Read.
That it move not.
And it don't move, right? You seal it to that green thing on the ground and you kind of pour water into it so it stand upright. Read.
They are upright as the palm tree, but speak not.
Right?
They must needs be born.
Right?
Because they cannot go.
You see that? And when you bow down, our people don't understand what you do. You set the tree up, you deck it, you make it beautiful. It's a form of worship. And then you come down, you bow down, you give gifts under the tree. You're worshiping an idol and you do not know it. These are the customs of the heathen. You literally go get a gift. You go to work all damn week. You go spend money on gifts that you do not have. They about to cut your light bills off. I know. Right? And then you go wrap these presents and you bow down before that damn tree and you lay them at the foot of the tree. And you don't know that you just did idol worship. Right? But give me 2nd Ezra 5:1.
2nd Esdras, chapter 5 and verse 1.
Read.
Nevertheless, as concerning the tokens, behold, the days shall come, that they which dwell upon the earth.
The days shall come that those dwell upon the earth
shall be taken in a great number.
Gonna die in a great mass. Read.
And the way of the truth shall be hidden.
Right? And the way, this knowledge, that's why it's so important. It's so imperative to get this knowledge while you can. Because the Most High is closing the door. He's closing the door, man. Give me 8 and 9. Watch this. And this is how you know that we're in them times. Read.
8 and 9.
No, 5, 8 and 9.
Oh, 5, 8 and 9. Okay. There shall be a confusion also in many places.
You see that? That's what we're looking at. It's great confusion. A man don't know if he a woman, if he a tree, if he a dog. Women don't know if he a he, she, boy, girl. All you see is it's walking around. Great confusion. A woman, a tender and delicate woman don't know if she should keep the baby, who she knows she loves. The baby is in tune with her heartbeat, right? When she's happy, the baby's happy. When she's upset, the baby's upset. And you still gonna kill that baby? That's confusion. Your foremothers wouldn't do that. Read.
There shall be a confusion also in many places.
Right?
And the fire shall be oft sent out again, and the wild beasts shall change their places.
There's great confusion. The wild beasts shall change their places. Read.
And menstruous women shall bring forth monsters.
That's what you see on this earth, monsters. These men that's living on the earth today is monsters, man. The alarming rate that they'll kill you today. And you could look at somebody the wrong way today, that smoke you, man. Right? Monstrous men. You got men that'll walk into a mall with an AK-47 and shoot up the whole place and then kill themselves. You got people that are set up on the tower and shoot down into a concert and reload. I'm talking about 300, 400, 500 rounds, man. Monstrous men. That's how you know we in these times. Read.
And salt water shall be found in the sweet.
That's confusion. Now we know salt water and fresh water cannot mix. Salt water and the sweet, that's confusion. And that's what we're showing you. Right? The purpose of things have been confused. Right? But this is the way out. These words will not fail. This will never fail. Right? So let's get the answer to this. Let's get the answer to abortion. Because the Most High gave us the answer in the beginning, but it was taken away. It was stripped and stolen and replaced. Now, let's go to 1 Timothy 2 and 14. Let's get the answer, Shanetta. Let's get that.
1 Timothy 2 and 14.
1 Timothy 2, 14 through 15.
1 Timothy
You got
chapter
it.
2, 14 through 15. And Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in the transgression.
You see?
Notwithstanding, she shall be saved in childbearing.
How does the woman get saved now?
In childbearing.
Right. So if you're aborting babies, how are you going to be saved?
Okay.
Now go, I'm going to show you. Go to Revelations 20 and 12. Give me that, Shanetta.
Revelation chapter 20, verse 12.
Give me 11.
Verse 11. And I saw a great white throne, and him that sat on it, for whose face the earth and the heaven fled away.
Hey, this is a terrible God. It's a terrible God. Right now, man is doing whatever the hell they want to, but they're going to have to. You can't run from him. You're going to face him in the end. You're going to face him. Read. Read it from the top.
Okay. And I saw a great white throne, and him that sat on it, from whence face the earth and the heaven fled away.
Right.
And there was found no place for them.
You can't run from them. Read.
And I saw the dead, small and great, stand before God.
Right.
And the books were open.
And the what?
And the books were open.
Right.
And another book was open, which is the book of life. And the dead were judged out of those things which were written in the books, according to their works.
Right. So this is how abortion is going to be judged. They're going to open up the book and they're going to go to 1 Timothy 2 and 15. Read that again. And you're going to be judged from that.
I got it. 1 Timothy 2 and 15. Notwithstanding, she shall be saved in childbearing, if they continue in faith.
You see that? If they what?
If they continue in faith and charity.
So the woman is going to be saved with being a wife and bringing forth righteous children. Right? Rearing up these children under the ways of the Most High. That's how she's going to be saved. Not giving them over to abortion. Not giving them over to all these. All you see is, man, I seen a little boy. He was like 2 years old. And all they used to do was get a baby boy weed from the moment. And they thought it was funny. And the little dude, he was 2, but he was already addicted. He would smoke weed and then drink a bottle. He was still in diapers. And I'm talking about he smoked so much weed, he'd blow it out his mouth and inhale it through his nose. And I used to sit back like, I couldn't believe what I was watching. That's child sacrifice. When your baby, she's still holding the bottle and she's twerking, that's child sacrifice. Right? You got your little son, you never open up the Bible, but the only thing he know how to do is sing rap music and cuss. And he got a little plastic gun that he waving around. That's child sacrifice. He don't know one thing, one scripture in this Bible. It's you can, but you know you can. The Most High created a just balance. For everything that you can find righteous, you can find some wicked. For everything that you can find wicked, you can find righteous. Right? That's how the Most High created things. So you can give your child over. Right? You can sacrifice or you can deliver up your child, but you can do it righteously. Right? Give me 1 Samuel 1 and 11. 1 and 1.
You said 1 Samuel 1 and 1?
Right?
I got it.
Where's Samuel?
1 Samuel chapter 1, verse 1.
Read that.
Now, there was a certain man of Rathaim, Asphim, on Mount Ephraim, and his name was Elkanah, the son of Jeroham, the son of Elihu, the son of Tohu, and the son of Zeph, and Ephrathite. And he had 2 wives, and the name of the one was Hannah, and the name of the other was Peninnah. Is that how you say it?
Yeah, that's good.
Peninnah had children, but Hannah had no children.
So you had a man. This man had 2 wives. One of the wives had children, and one of the wives had no children. And the one wife that had children used to tease or provoke, even mock this woman that had no children to the point where she would cry. She would break down because she had. This how bad your foremothers wanted to have children. Now you even got women right now that they would kill to have. They would give anything to have a baby and they cannot. But you've aborted 5 or 6 of them. When they only desire is to take this baby and hold that baby close. I remember when y'all was born, when your mom got through with the delivery, she would cry. And I would watch the interaction. It's a beautiful thing. After going through all that pain and that labor, she would finally see you and hold you and kiss you and cry. It's a beautiful thing. It's spiritual. It's very spiritual, right? It's women that will they would give anything for that. But then you got this new age woman, and man, don't give a damn about these babies. They done threw more babies in the garbage than hamburgers. Than damn pens, pencils. And kept it moving. And probably had sex the same night. You know, we living in a wicked generation and where monstrous men and women are being born, right? But anyhow, back to the subject. You had one woman you had one wife that had children, and you had the other wife that had no children. Read verse 3.
Verse 3. And this man went up out of the city yearly to worship and to sacrifice unto the Lord of the hosts in Shiloh.
Right, so this was an upright, righteous man. Read.
And the two sons of Eli, Hophni, and Phinehas, the priests of the Lord, were there. Mm-hmm. And when the time was that Elkanah offered, he gave to Peninnah his wife and to all her sons and her daughters portion. Right.
So when it was time to offer sacrifice, he gave a certain portion to this wife and to her sons to also do the same. But to this, keep reading. Read verse 5.
But unto Hannah he gave a worthy portion, for he loved Hannah.
But he loved Hannah more, so he gave Hannah a little bit more. Right? Read.
For he loved Hannah, but the Lord had shut up her womb.
So if you can't have children, what the Lord do?
He shut up your womb.
That's what he do. If you can't have children, the Most High shut your womb. Right? Read.
Verse 6.
But it's going to show you how to have children. Read.
And her adversary also provoked her sore.
So the Bible called this other wife a devil. Yeah. That's what adversary means. She was literally being a devil. Provoked her sore. Right? You can't have children. Why can't you have children, Hannah? The Lord doesn't love you. Look at you. You're stupid. You can't even have kids. I've got 5 children. What's wrong with you? Right? You can't give your husband a son. Provoking her sore. Read.
For to her, I'm going to start over. And her adversary also provoked her sore, for to make her fret, because the Lord has shut up her womb.
Right.
And as he did so year by year, when she went up to the house of the Lord, so she provoked her. Therefore she wept and did not eat.
She was provoking her. She was every year. Imagine that. Year after year after year. Hey, this woman probably wanted to die. Keep reading.
Verse 8. Then said Elkanah, her husband, to her, Hannah, why weepest thou, and why eatest thou not? And why is thy heart grieved? Am I not I better to thee than 10 sons?
You see that? So she's in terrible grief. She's crying and so much sorrow that she cannot eat. And so much sorrow that now it's affecting her husband. Her husband is saying, hey, what's wrong? Stop crying. Hey, I'm here. You don't need 10 sons. I'm right here. You know, but a woman needs to have children. That's in you to have children. But everything has been out of order. The purpose of a thing has been mixed. Or twisted, not mixed, but turned upside down. Keep reading.
Verse 9. So Hannah rose up after they had eaten in Shiloh, and after they had drank. Now Eli the priest sat down upon a seat by the post of the temple of the Lord. And she was in bitterness of soul, and prayed unto the Lord, and wept sore.
You see that? Because, hey, you know how close the Most High is those that have a contrite heart. She was praying out of everything that she had. She was praying out of a place where people, you can come to the Lord and pray out of pride. Because you think in your mind you have everything. I got everything in order. I'm just going to, no, man, you need to pray to the Most High out of this place, man. Out of lack, out of want, out of contriteness, out of lowliness of heart. You need to always be humble, man. The Most High going to hear that prayer, right? That's why he's going to hear her prayer. Read.
Verse 11. And she vowed a vow.
Hey, that's key. You want to get things to happen. Hey, vow a vow. I remember when I was in the world. Actually, I was locked up, and I had a Bible, and I read that prayer. For some reason, I read the same vow that Jacob vowed when Esau was after him. Let's read that. He said, if you bring me back to this place, that I will serve you. It was Genesis 28 and 20. Read that real quick, Shanetta, and hold what you got.
Genesis chapter 28 and 20.
I want y'all to listen to this close.
Genesis 28 verse 20. And Jacob vowed a vow.
You see that? He vowed. This is a prayer. If you want to get things to happen, hey man, a lot of times you got to vow a vow. Because the Most High, he honor vows, man. And this is the vow that I vowed. I literally read this and I vowed this to the Most High. Because I was at a place in my life was like, I was finna die. I literally had man looking for me to kill me. I was running from a lot of things, man. I was in trouble, you know. I was running from the police. It was a lot of things just going bad. But this is what I prayed to the Most High. Read.
And Jacob vowed a vow, saying, if God will be with me.
That's what I said, Lord, if you will be with me. Read.
I will keep me in this way that I go. And I will give me bread to eat and raiment to put on.
Right.
So that I come again to my father's house in peace.
Right.
Then shall the Lord be my God.
Right. That's what I vowed. I asked the Lord to protect me and save me. Show me the way. If you can show me the way, if you can get me out of this. Right? I told the Most High, man, a lot of this, man, you didn't ask for. All people didn't ask for this. So you have to vow them vows, man. You have to be sincere with the Most High and promise the Lord. Right? So go back to that. It's Samuel.
Verse 11. And she vowed a vow.
Right?
And said, O Lord of hosts, if thou wilt indeed look on the affliction of thine handmaid, and remember me, and not forget thine handmaid, but will give unto thine handmaid a man child, then I will give him unto the Lord all the days of his life.
That's child sacrifice. You see that?
Yeah.
So that's on the right side. That's what our people supposed to do. When you get a man child, you're supposed to get that child and give him up to the Most High. All your children whatsoever should be dedicated to the Lord, man. You shouldn't be giving your children to Moloch, to the fire, to the flame, over to idolatry. Do not give your children over to fornications and lust, man. Give your children over to the Most High. Read that again.
Verse 11. And she vowed a vow and said, O Lord of hosts, if thou wilt indeed look on the affliction of thine handmaid, and remember me, and not forget thine handmaid,
right,
but will give unto thine handmaid a man child,
right, then
I will give him unto the Lord.
Then what?
Then I will give him unto the Lord all the days of his life.
That's powerful, man. And that's the vow I gave to Jasper when she was born. And I named you Jasper because I said that you will be pure before the Lord. And a jasper stone is transparent. It's pure. You can see straight through it. So when I had you, I vowed you to the Most High. I said that you would walk pure before the Lord. That's why I named you that. Right? And I vowed you. I gave you to the Most High. I gave all y'all to the Most High. Judah. Right? Before I even knew that we were the Israelites, I named Judah Judah. Right? And my family got mad when I named him Judah. Mm-hmm. You named him that because that means praise and you want somebody to praise your son. No, man. I named him after the Lion of Judah. That's why I named him, because he's going to be strong, right? But your family, man, they hate you. But that's a different story. We talking about vowing vows and offering up your children to the Most High, right? To serve him all the days of their life. Read that.
Verse 12. Well, it was a little bit more left.
Read that.
Then I will give him unto the Lord all the days of his life, and there shall no razor come upon his head.
You're going to be a Nazarite. You're going to take the vow of a Nazarite. And some of your sons, a lot of people say, oh, you're not supposed to grow your hair. Wait, read that again. Then I will give him unto the Lord all the days of his life.
Yeah. And there shall no razor come upon his head.
Hey, come on, that's part of our customs, man. A lot of people don't understand Paul's writing. That's why if you don't understand the law, leave Paul alone. Stop at Acts. Don't go at Romans. Stop at Acts. Pump your brakes. Go back to the law, man, and understand what Paul is talking about. Get that first. Give me Romans 7:1. Right? Let's show you something real quick. Let's see who Paul was speaking to.
I got it.
Get that, Shanetta.
Romans chapter 7, verse 1. Know ye not, brethren, for I speak to them that know the law.
You see that? You see that? You just stop right there. He was talking to those that understood the law. He wasn't talking to people that's still confused about this thing. Go to 2 Peter 3:16. Yeah, I want that.
2 Peter 3, verse 16. As also in all his epistles speaking in them of these things, and which are some things hard to be understood.
So Peter was saying that Paul's writing are hard to be understood. Read.
Which they that are unlearned,
right,
and unstable wrestle.
They rest. Well, go ahead.
As they do also the other scriptures unto their own destruction.
You see that? So Paul's writings will kill you. They'll kill you. Now let's go back to that vow. Give me that, Judah. So it's a good thing, man, to vow a vow. Hey, man, it's a beautiful thing to give your children up to the Most High, man. Trinity, I gave you up to the Most High, right? And we're gonna give you a new name, because that's when I was in a Christian church, and that's part of the reason your name is Trinity. Well, actually, it was that the old girl on The Matrix, because I thought she was pretty cool. You ever watched that? You never watched the girl off The Matrix named Trinity? Oh yeah, she's pretty cool. We're gonna have to watch that later on or something.
Wait, Daddy, in Cindy State, so at Brianna's house, someone was named Cindy.
Yeah, give me that. Let's see now. If you make a prayer and you vow a vow to the Most High, this is how this thing happens. Read that, Judah. Read that bold, nice and bold.
Ecclesiastes chapter 5 and verse 4.
Read that.
And thou vowest a vow unto Yahweh.
Right.
Differ not to pay it, for he hath no pleasure in fools. Pay that which thou hast vowed.
Read verse 5.
Better it is that thou shouldest not vow than thou shouldest vow and not pay. Suffer not thy mouth to cause thy flesh to sin, neither say thou before the angel that it was an error.
You see that? You can't vow a vow and then the Most High, he does his part and then you renege. Oh, I made a mistake. No, the Most High go, hey, you can't make no mistake with the Most High. Read. So hey Lord, if you do this, I'll do that. Even if you forget, the Most High is going to get you. So don't just say things out of your mouth that you don't mean, because the Most High will not forget. Read.
Wherefore should Yahweh be angry at thy voice and destroy the work of thine hand.
You see that? Destroy you. Right? Now we'll pick back up on this, but that's all we had. Did y'all learn something? Y'all learn something? So, hey man, there's a lot to be learned, man. But these words will never, that's why the Bible says that these words will never fail. Because the answer to every question, the answer to every situation, the answer to every part of life is in this book, man. You got a precept, Judah?
Yeah.
Bring it out. Y'all got precepts?
Yeah, 2 Peter 1 and 10.
Bring it out.
Wherefore the rather, brethren, Give diligence to make your calling and election sure.
Right?
For if ye do these things, ye shall never fail.
Ye shall never fail. That's a beautiful precept.
Wait, that's
You got a question? Go ahead.
I think I already answered it in my head. Never mind.
Go ahead and answer. Calling all questions. Go ahead. You answering your own questions now.
You said, if you vow the vow and you forget that you vowed the vow, like the Most High still punish you. So say in your past life, you vow the vow, but once you die, you know, and you come back again, it start all over again, or are you still bound by that vow that you vowed before?
No, the vows are unto death.
Okay.
Just like any other vow. Like the vow, let's get the vow of marriage. Like a woman can't remarry unless what? Her husband died. Give me that.
Ooh. Crazy.
Romans 7:3.
Romans chapter 7.
And give me 1 Corinthians 7:39, Judah.
Okay, First Corinthians.
Romans chapter 7, verse 3.
Romans 7:3.
39. Oh yeah, it's Romans 7:3.
Romans 7:3.
Read that.
So then, if while her husband liveth, she be married to another man, she shall be called an adulteress.
Right?
But if her husband be dead,
So if you married, if a woman married and she commits any type of sexual relations with another man, she's an adulterer. Why? Because she's still under vow to that man. Read.
she is free from the law.
Read it one more time. But if what?
But if her husband be dead,
If her husband be dead,
she is free from that law.
she's free from that law. So we're married to Yahweh, man. And only we're married unto death. It's one way in and one way out. So all your vows are to death, to the Most High. Everything that you vow is unto death. Read. What you got?
So, is it true that we still suffer in this life from stuff that we did in our past life? Because if you die, wouldn't that, like, why would we still be suffering in this life for something we did in our past life?
Okay.
Because I hear that, but I don't know if that's true or not.
Give me Hebrews. What is it? Hebrews 9:27. Yup, 9:27.
Still on First Corinthians?
No, we're moving on.
Hebrews 9:27. And as it is appointed unto men once to die, but after this the judgment.
You see that? So after you die, you face the judgment. Right? And what is the judgment? The judgment, you have to live that out once you come back on earth. Right? It shows you that in what, Job, who got that? The earth is no. The earth is Job 4:23. I think it's Job or Psalms 4:23. Somebody give me Job 4:23 or Psalms 4:23.
I got Job 4:23.
What that say?
There's no Job 4:23.
No Job 4:23. What is it? Hold on.
What? Psalms is a higher place. Is it Revelations?
No, let's get that.
Cause there's so
Is it Job? Hold on.
see, it has a 21 and a 22, and oh, it's only 22.
It is. Is it Psalms? Give me Psalms 23 and 4. I'm trying to figure it out.
Psalms 23 and 4. Yea, though I
No,
think
that's not it. It's hold on. Let me find it real quick.
Mom.
You got another question? Let's see. Psalms 104 and 30. Psalms 104 and 30. I have the 4 and the 30.
Psalms 104 and 30.
Give me 29.
29.
104 and 29.
Thou hidest thy face.
Right?
They are troubled. Thou takest away their breath. They die and return to their dust.
That's what happens. The Most High take away his breath, right? And you die.
Thou sendest forth thy spirit and are created.
Right? So they sent once you die, you go up to the Most High. Hey man, you get your judgment, then he send you forth. Read it again.
Thou hidest thy face. They are troubled. Thou takest away their breath. They die.
And return
to their dust.
Your body go back to the dust, your spirit goes to the Most High. Read.
Thou sendest forth thy spirit.
Then he send you back to the earth to face out, to live out your judgment. Read.
They are created.
You're created in the womb. Read.
And thou renewest the face of the earth.
And it goes in this cycle. That's why I call it the last resurrection. Right? What was your next question?
So the final judgment is once Yahweh shall come back. So we get judged for our whole, every time we died and came back, died and came back, died and came back. We get judged for everything, or just that last life that we was living.
Just that last life. You're living out your judgments right now. You're living out your judgments of your past life.
Okay.
You know, so some gonna be found righteous. You see, some gonna be given white robes and crowns. You see, some gonna be rewarded, not judged. You know. So that's a beautiful thing, man. And that we gonna say shalom.
Shalom. Ox.